What's up, YouTube? This is going to be our guide on how to use Ogerpon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'll be providing competitive movesets and some fun meme movesets too. If there's a Pokemon you'd like to see me cover, let me know about in the comment section. And if you enjoy these videos, if they help you out, drop a like and let's get into it. I've been up for a really long time, people, so if I sound a little bit sleepy, well, I'm a little bit sleepy. So today we're going to probably be doing a little bit longer of a moveset guide video because I'm going to be covering every single form mask of Ogerpon. So what we'll do is we'll work through each one. I'll give some singles, some doubles, information about it, maybe some teammates and stuff like that, and yeah, we'll go through every single one of them and I'll explain what they do. Let's start with Ogerpon Hearthflame. I believe this is going to be the most used Ogerpon, just because of its actual boost that it gets from the Hearthflame mask here. So it has the ability Mold Breaker, which is a great ability for a physical sweeping Pokemon. Now, when you hold the Hearthflame mask, the ability Embody aspect triggers when you terrestrialize it. And basically what that means is you get a +1 in attack, just for tearing it. Now, it's always going to tear it into a fire type as well. And yeah, so you got that terror. So instantly you can tear it, you get +1 at attack, which is, it's sort of like Zacion's Intemperate Sword, right? So it's pretty strong. So for this one, we've got max speed and max attack, EV spread, Jolly Nature. It's going to work very, very nicely, maximizing its speed, of course, and attack. Now, the moves I've given, of course, we've given it a signature move here. We've got 100 base power on Ivy, and this has got a high crit ratio too. So it's got one stage of critical hit. So that Ivy is also dependent on what form you're in too. So obviously for this one, it's going to be a fire move, which is going to be very, very good as well. So we've got another boosting move, which is Sword Dance. That's going to be boosting our attack even further. So example, you could go for Sword Dance, Terra into the Hearthflame mask, and then you've got instantly +3. That's like crazy. Like, you could literally do that in like 2 turns. That is absolutely wild. Now, the other move I thought would be quite good on it would be Horn Leech. That gives you sustain and still does very good damage as well, especially when you've got like a couple of attack boosts. The other move you could be using is a coverage move, Knockoff. Knockoff is always very good just for coverage, getting rid of nuisance items. Maybe you come across a bulky Everlight Pokemon, something like that. It could be very useful for sure. Now, that's one of the sets I would recommend. Let's have a look at the next one here. So I feel like Trailblaze has to be mentioned here, because essentially you could use Trailblaze to bolster your speed, and you could use its Terra to bolster its attack. So for example, you could go maybe Trailblaze and or like over Sword Dance. Maybe we could have Trailblaze and Sword Dance. So you could go for Sword Dance, then go for a Terra, and then do Trailblaze or something like that. So essentially you get like, you know, +3 and +1 in speed, and it'd be very, very difficult to outspeed that. Now, the other moves I give it a Play Rough, and we've got Ivy as well. So I sort of could go between the Play Rough and Knockoff, depending on your team. It's very, very good though for, you know, just coverage reasons and, you know, Dragon Pokemon and stuff like that, and fighting Pokemon, all those common types that you see a lot. Now, this one is exactly the same EVs. Like, as I said, you can either pick between Adamant or Jolly. Adamant sort of just allows you to get the absolute most out of an attack set. You're really getting a lot. And if you got Trailblaze on there, well, you might find you'll be able to get 2 of them off, and then you don't have to really worry about running Jolly. So that's just another thing to think about there with the Ogerpon Hearthflame. Now, the next set we got here is going to be a doubles or VGC style set. I want to say this too. I believe these sets here could work in doubles. They could. You might just... You could adjust one of the moves maybe to give, like, replace one of the attacking moves maybe with Spiky Shield. Opt that in where you need to. But yeah, I believe those could work there. But this one's a little bit interesting. Well, actually, no, this is the one that I've done like that. So we've got Ivy, we've got Spiky Shield, Horn Leech. Now, if you want some base power too, you can opt for Woodhammer. for extra base power if you really need that. And you've got knockoff as well. So knockoff or play rough would be useful. So same EVs as last time. When you go for the Terra, you can get that boost in attack still. And Woodhammer's going to be hitting very, very hard. That could, absolutely work there for sure. Now, another set that could work, it's a little bit of fun, could be Growth. So maybe if you had like a Torkoal on a Sun team, you could have a Growth. You could use Growth. So what Growth does in the Sun, it boosts your attack by 2, which is pretty much the same as Sword Dance. However, we got some other moves that could help. So this would be getting a boost there with the Sun up. And Solar Blade is also going to be a more powerful grass type move too. So 125 base power when you got the Sun up. So that's going to be a nasty combination there. And we've also got Knockoff too. So just Knockoff or Play Rough, I would suggest, is probably the best coverage that he gets. EV Speed, Max Attack and Max Speed, Jolly Nature. So another sort of one you could think about there for Ogerpon Hearthflame. So thinking of a couple of teammates and stuff here. So I was thinking like Tornadus wouldn't be bad because you could get like a Sunny Day Up or Torkoal, and that would sort of really, really help out Ogerpon with its sweeping set, whether you're running a Sword Dance one or Trailblaze one. Yeah, this thing is it's pretty good after it gets those boosts. So that could be an option. Another one that would be quite handy, this is more for geared towards singles. If you had a Glimora with like spikes and stealth rock, because this allows you definitely to get like one hit KOs and stuff like that. And it can be quite handy early on if you're trying to build up you haven't terrored quite yet, but you're trying to build up your stats. So that's another thing you could go for as well as a partner. I'm trying to think of some other ones here. We mentioned Torkoal. Torkoal would be good. So Tornadus wouldn't be bad for Tailwind as well. Like I'm thinking like some Tailwind support. And then we got like Torkoal set up the Sun. Maybe, I don't know, what else do I have? Like Torkoal. We got Torkoal with Drought and then Heat Rock and something like that. And maybe some support style moves like Yawn or whatever like that. That could definitely work. Another one, I'm trying to think of any other counters here to this. Basically, to counter this Pokemon here is just priority moves, because it lacks priority moves. It really will struggle them. The only priority moves it gets, I believe, is like Grassy Glide and Quick Attack, and they're quite weak moves. So pretty much any combination of priority Pokemon are going to wreck this Pokemon and just wear it down. But yeah, just watch out for when it starts using its Terra, because then it's going to try and boost it. It's either going to get a Sword Dance or a Trailblaze up, and then it'll become very, very difficult to actually, to fake this one. But yeah, that's another one. Anything like, I don't know, I'm thinking like Dragonite with extreme speed or something like that. Like those real powerful priority Pokemon, that can get around those sorts of things. So yeah, that's the Ogerpon Hearthflame. Now, where are we here? Yep, that's pretty much everything I can think of there. But this is definitely going to be a Pokemon that's going to be used a lot for sure. I wonder if you can actually do you can't do, now the thing about this, you can't do like a Choice Band or Choice Scarf set. You absolutely have to hold this item. Otherwise, you're not going to have the Hearthflame form. So that's sort of the drawback of getting that. But it's still very, very good for sure. So that's an option. I definitely see these sets here, the Still Dance Sweeper or the Trailblaze one, or these doubles ones being quite interesting there for sure. You could also have on the doubles one, there are other moves like Follow Me. You could have that, so that's another one too. But you should have to just watch out what move you're redirecting and stuff like that, and if it's going to have enough bulk. So Teal Mask Ogerpon, let me bring this up here. Now this is going to run similar with Sword Dance. So we've got its signature move. So this time, this Pokemon doesn't hold a mask. It just, it already has a mask. It's sort of like Semi already has a mask on in the battle. So you can actually put whatever item you want in there. So a couple ones that could be good would be Heavy Duty Boots or Lumberry or Life Orb. They'd be all right. Pokemon items. So looking at a Sword Dance set here. So we've got Defiant has the ability too. So any any drops, this Pokemon's attack is going to get a raise by 2, which is, pretty good. It's already got a pretty good stat already. So we got Sword Dance. I noticed it gets Stomping Tantrum too, which isn't all that bad for opposing Fire-type Pokemon and Steel-type Pokemon, as Grass Pokemon tend to, struggle a lot for coverage against, especially Steel. And I go at Knockoff as well. So Knockoff, Play Rough. I don't think you need Play Rough as much, but that's another way you could go for that if you want to try and go a special Sweeper. So max attack and max speed, Jolly Nature. So very, very similar EVs on all these. It's pretty much just a physical attacker. Bar a couple of the other ones you can run quite bulky, but that's one you could try. Next one I thought you could run as Choice Band or maybe Choice Scarf. So I'm thinking, right, let's say if you went for the Terra Grass and then you got your +1 in speed, you could potentially have +1 in speed plus the Choice Band. So that'd be kind of nice, you know what I mean? Now, we've got U-Turn, Knockoff, Played Rough, and Ivy. So, all pretty good moves there. You've got that pivoting move, which is going to be quite handy. And you've got Knockoff, rid of items, Play Rough for coverage, of course, and Ivor's stab. So, that can, that could definitely be something that could work for sure there. And same EVs, max attack and max speed, Jolly Nature. I just like Jolly Nature on them, make sure I outspeed, things like that. So, what do we got here? Oh, yes, let's have a look at some doubles in VGC style. So, as I mentioned before, this can actually get Follow Me, and that's actually not bad. So, you might be able to run like a bulky defensive set. I'll have a look at that in a sec. But we've got Follow Me and Spiky Shield, which are very, very good doubles moves. Especially Follow Me is a really rare move. So, it's kind of nice that it has that. I just wonder if it can back it up with a bulk. I think maybe on the defensive sets, I've had a look at them, but already they can sure do it. But I don't know how well this would be doing it. So, max attack and max speed again, Jolly Nature. We've got Follow Me, Spiky Shield, Ivy, and Knockoff there. So, getting rid of a few items and dishing some Ivy damage out. No item you could run. I was thinking Covert Cloak could work. That's not such a bad idea there. You could, well, if you're planning on having status moves there, you could put like a Citrus Berry on or a Focus Sash, something like that. There's some other items that could, possibly work there for sure. Oh, we got a mixed meme set as well. So look at this one. We've got a max special attack and max speed, Mild Nature. Focus energy with a scope lens. Now, you can run that with a physical one too. I actually gave that a shot. So, this like physical one here. I gave it heavy duty boots and gave it scope lens. So, then I could use Focus Energy and then I have a 100% crit ratio. So that's another one you could use too, just on that little topic. So we got Focus Energy, Leaf Storm. So this is terrible in Special Attacker, but we like to go for memes here as well. We like to look at all aspects. So with the Leaf Storm, if you're critting 100% of the time, you're going to ignore those drops in the stats. And then I was like, what other moves can actually get that? It's like Leaf Storm, we've got Superpower too, and we've got Growth to increase the... those stats there, that mixed attacker. So there you go. There's max speed and max special attack, Mild Nature. Very, very mild. Now, as for some teammates, let's think of some teammates here for like singles and doubles. So I feel like Arcanine Hisuian would make a good, definitely make a good partner, because when you look at their the coverage and stuff like that, that could absolutely be very, very nice. Any sticky web users would be good, like I'm sure we're getting some of the game soon. Any sticky web users are good. Any entry hazards, we've sort of gone over this already. And as for maybe with Heatran, you've got that you got that Flash Fire too, and that Steel typing. So any like flying types or pesky fire moves, you can at least you got a chance of stopping them with Heatran. That's for sure. Okay, so that is the Ogerpon Teal mask here. There's so much to do today. But maybe you could build this one more defensive. I'm not saying you have to build it like sweeping, but you could actually do it both ways. So say, for example, we're like, I want to build this one really bulky, so you could go like a defense. Grass Pokemon don't make bad defensive walls, actually. So we're going to drop our attack. Oh, we don't want to do that. Just for example, we'll do that. So we could have like a more bulky style one. And you got like Follow Me and Spiky Shield and stuff like that. But I feel like you need some sort of recovery then. So you might have to have like a... my favorite healing move on you or something like that. I see this as an opportunity to maybe have some more like defensive support style build. So let me show you some of these. So with its Terra type, it is a Rock Terra type. And we got grass and rock type. So this one I've done like a really, really bulky defensive set. And we got, it'll get spikes, leech seed, spiky shield, and ivy. So that's just a pure defensive wall. Spreading that leech seed, getting that damage to spiky shield, laying them spikes down, and, you know, going for attacking move as well. So it gets sturdy as the ability to do. Interesting enough, so I found that kind of funny that one that would get a defense boost actually gets sturdy. They probably did that one on purpose. And yeah, that's how I'd probably go around running like a support style set like this. So setting up some spikes at the start, you could play it that way, or mid game when you want to swap it into like you know, anything that's sort of like you counter, like any like really physical attackers that you can actually bulk out. It's not too bad of way of using it. Another set here. Let's have a look. We've got a sword dance set. So there's many sword dance sets that you could possibly run here. So we got just the usual sort of suspect moves here. We got Ivy, Horn, sword dance, and brick break. It's opening up a little bit of coverage there, and sturdy as the ability. Max attack and max speed, jolly nature. It seems to be probably the best one on all of them as well. I think for teams and stuff like that. It makes sense, right? So that's that. Doubles. So for doubles, another defensive one you could use. Now, I'm not saying you can't use an attacking one, because you absolutely can. I just sort of like this bulky one. I gave it a go and it worked pretty well. So we got Spiky Shield, Follow Me, Ivy, and Wood Hammer. So that's the sort of move spread there. Once again, if you got any other sets that I may have missed or haven't mentioned, put it below in the comments. There's so many different Pokemon of these things to go over and stuff like that. So there's my Eevee Sped, the Impish Nature, and we got Terra Rock, of course, is a thing. Now, another one we could have here is definitely a bit of a gimmick. We got Sturdy and Reversal. I thought that could be interesting. So we've got Endure, Reversal, getting myself down to 1 health, and then going Sword Dance and Trailblazing all the way. I wish I could have Terra-type fighting, but it's not there. This one, Max Attack and Max Speed, Jolly Nature EVs. Now, let's talk some counters and some teammates and stuff like that. So anything like, I think like rock and grass, like Cresselia is not bad for that, because it's got levitate and it can set some stuff up there. That could be quite, maybe like a trick room or something like that. That could be somewhat handy for Milotic to be on that team, unless you have like an entire opposite. I don't know. Maybe if you got an entire trick room team, that could be quite handy in doing that. So that's probably what I would use that one for. And of course we've got Heat Ren as well, being fire and steel. So all those are kind of like little core there, sort of works very, very well together. Once again, a weakness, just use priority moves, outspeed it. It's not that, it's going to get worn down eventually. Eventually it's going to get worn down for sure. So let me just have a think here. Another one you can use as well on that sturdy is like Horn Leech. Let's, for example, so you could attack and they get all your health back, and then they hit you with attack. Oh, I've activated sturdy again. You can keep doing sturdy over and over. So that's another way to do that too. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Another good, maybe something like singles. How about rapid fire. Urshifu, that would be another. That wouldn't be a bad one as well. So you got that fighter and one warding type. That's pretty good. That's not a bad type there. Basically, that would be good for resisting. You know what I mean? Like with the Heat Ran and that makes a pretty good sort of like trio of resisting stuff. I actually don't mind that one. You could have something like, I'm trying to think, like maybe an Enamorous or a fighting move or a fighting type or something like that could work there as well. So that's some more stuff for that. We've gone over the doubles, gone over some counters. Like I said, if there's anything else that I missed, put it below. So that's the Cornerstone one. Let's go to the Wellspring one. So this one was interesting because you get Water Absorb, and then you get like the boost in special defense. So I think this makes a really solid special defensive wall. Like, that's pretty fat. So we got Ivy. I noticed it had Charm as well. So I thought, oh, you might be able to go Ivy, Charm, Heal, and then Horn Leech. It's more of like a stalling set. You get a little bit of damage off of Ivy and Horn Leech too, and with a healing move and Horn Leech, you'd be able to keep yourself in check with health, and then you got Charm to drop any physical attackers move. So Bit of a gimmicky special defensive set, but I just want to show that one off because there's a fair bit of potential there on the special side. Now, the next one we could have a look at here is going to be like a more of a defensive set too, or special defensive set, very similar. So we've got Ivy's, we got the healing move, a Horn Leech, and Leech Seed. I feel like Leech Seed's pretty good because you got that recovery there, and then you got Horn Leech recovery, so you're getting lots of recovery. And this has water absorb too, so I would suggest putting it on like with other Pokemon that are weak, or if you've got a team of 6 or whatever, or 4, you're playing doubles, team it up with something that is weak to the water. You can swap, or like grass and stuff like that. That would definitely work for sure there. Let's have a look at some double stuff here. I don't mind this one. So I've got like this defensive Wellspring wall here. So we've got Follow Me, Ivy, Spiky, and Knockoff. So with these EVs, it makes it pretty defensive for sure. And then, like, you might be able to go Follow Me. So to take a couple of attacks, and then you might be able to get something set up and things like that. So I could definitely see that working. And Follow Me is quite a unique kind of move there for sure. Very, very good, obviously, in doubles and stuff like that. Now, as for gimmicks, we got a little bit of gimmicks here and fun. So we got like a fully priority Ogerpon. So we got Grassy Glide, which is only 55 base power now. We've got nerfed very heavily. We got Grassy Terrain to try and make that go first. Quick Attack. And we've also got the Mighty Sword Dance as well. Max Health and Max Attack EVs on the Wellspring. Now, speaking of teammates counters, pretty much all the counters for this Pokemon are just faster Pokemon and priority moves and stuff like that. And wear them down with entry hazards and all the normal typical things like that. You can be countered by a lot of Pokemon. So I thought that Iron Treads wouldn't do a bad job here for Wellspring as at least as a partner, because obviously it's weak to water there. And this one is going to be like weak to like flying, so you could swap the Iron Treads in to be able to take that. I think that'd be quite a good thing. I'm trying to think if there's any other Pokemon. Well, there probably is some other Pokemon that are in that sort of realms of that place there. How about, say we're running this, I think anything that's going to be able to just like sponge any of those like flying moves is going to be handled. Like steel type Pokemon. I was going to say like Corviknight would be okay as well. Okay, this wouldn't be bad for doubles as well. So if you had like a Landorus like Theron form, that could work too. That could definitely be a possible partner. And you obviously got its Intimidate too, which is going to be very nice. So you might be able to, get out of that matchup. You could U-turn out of there and send it in and try and maybe set up or something like that. That could absolutely, work on that too. Depending on if you're playing like singles or doubles and stuff like that, that'd be quite nice. So like any U-turn or Volt Switch Pokemon would be pretty good there. So yep, so we've got some teammates there for singles and doubles. Counters, basically priority moves, any priority moves, even neutral ones are going to be doing a fair bit of damage to that, for sure. So that's the water Wellspring, sorry. We'll say the water one. And yeah, I mean, I go through, that's pretty much it for its movesets and stuff. I will show you like all the moves that it does get. I like to do that in every video and stuff like that. So we'll have a quick look at the moves. So we got Encore's not bad as well. It's not a bad move. I didn't mention that, but you can use Encore in singles, even doubles too. So we've got Leech Seed, gone over that. Sleep Talk, Spiky Shield's good for doubles. We've gone over that. Sword Dance, good for both. It also could be a Speedy Taunter. That could work. Follow Me is really nice. Like that's a nice move to have. And yeah, that's pretty much it on the status side. Nothing too extravagant and out of this world. As for the physical side, there's a couple. It doesn't really get it. I wish it got Drain Punch. That'd be so good because that would be very, very nice. But it's it's got Power Whip too. That's another one. If you want Power Whip on there over say your grass move, there's that sort of thing going for Power Whip. And it's like, oh, I'll just go for C-Bomb. So yeah, you could go for more of a risky one there. Power Whip would do like a lot more power, at least on the in the grass. Anything else but the grass one, and same with Wood Hammer too. Actually, Wood Hammer's better probably because it lands and it just does a little bit of recoil. So Yeah, that's pretty much it for the physical side. And of course, let's have a look at special. It's absolutely garbage. In my opinion, this is going to be probably like the Pokemon that a lot will be probably using for sure. And yeah, the Hearthflame one. But anyway, people, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm sorry I was a little bit sleepy. I've been up for 36 hours, so I better get some sleep. I hope you really enjoyed that one, people. I'll be back with some more guides tomorrow. I think we got that Sinister thing and a couple of other things. I want to maybe cover some of the 4th gen starters and stuff like that. All right, people. Peace out.